Time now for another visit with infectious disease expert, Dr. Zain Chagla. Good morning.
Good morning, Annette.
We have developing news this morning. Pfizer has announced that its antiviral pill for COVID-19 is doing very well. It's experimental, but experts are saying you can halt the trials because it works so well.
Yeah, it's great news. I mean, again, this is the second drug. The Pfizer pill works on a little bit of a different principle. So it is a protease inhibitor. It kind of, as the virus is kind of assembling itself, it blocks the protein that kind of puts all those pieces together. And so, it's something that could be used in vaccinated and unvaccinated populations. So, again, we're seeing therapeutics now in the Merck drug, the Pfizer drug, the monoclonal antibodies, which are currently giving at St. Joe's. This is going to be a disease where there's going to be treatment options. And as long as we can get people tested and treated early, we could probably mitigate a lot of the complications, which is a whole lot better than last year.
Now, do you think that the pills would be a better option in areas of the world where there's just this huge vaccine inequity and, they're not getting the shots? Is it easier to send pills?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good temporary step. I mean, the problem again is that you still need people to get tested. And again, there's huge inequity in testing around the world and the availability of testing materials and healthcare centers available to test. You need prescribers, and there's, huge issues with healthcare providers around the world that pre-existed from COVID. So, if you were to put dollars to dimes, it would probably still be vaccines that are the most cost-effective intervention internationally, not just in Canada. But, again, something is better than nothing here, and it may be a nice tool to use in preparation for a vaccine campaign. But the goal should still be a vaccine campaign for its efficacy and its protection for that population.
Right. Child vaccines for younger children are coming, and booster shots are coming. And I got to tell you, I feel kind of guilty. All the times we've talked to you about the vaccine inequity around the world, here we are, we're happy to get third shots and shots for really young children when, there are countries that have 5% of a vaccinated population.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? And again, for the individual, when you're offered the booster, go take it, right? And these decisions should be made at the level of national governments and federal policy to preserve vaccines. The individual, should do what their government says and get the protection that's afforded to them. But, agreed, we do need to make serious decisions now. Canada has 10 million doses in its stockpile. It's likely that won't be able to be shifted to another country, given that some of that is Moderna that's expiring in the next 2 months. And so, fine, we can use that stockpile. We shouldn't have 10 million doses, but we do. But we really, really have to be careful about what we import here. There are many countries, there are COVAX, that are waiting for those drug companies like Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca to fill their orders. The second we start taking more vaccines, the second another country doesn't fill its orders. And we can't forget that Canada doesn't produce its own vaccines. What we take in Canada is going to have direct impacts to the rest of the world.
Okay, but I like your advice. Take it if you can.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dr. Zain Chagla, we've run out of time. So much more to talk about. We'll save that for next week.
Take care.
Okay.